boys and girls. Okay, so last week we talked about different parts of a story. We talked about the plot, the characters, the settings, the problems, and the solution. So this week we're going to talk about the author's purpose for writing. The author doesn't tell us his purpose for writing. We have to be detectives and try to figure out his purpose on our own. So when we looked at our vodcast last week, I kind of touched base on those three purposes for his or her writing. The three purposes were to persuade, inform, or entertain. So before we get started, I'm going to show you a video from Flocabulary. We've all watched these kinds of videos before to try to review what persuade, inform, and entertain really mean. Okay.
Let's go. Author's right. I wonder why. It's to persuade, inform, or entertain. That's why. Yeah, every time I write a refrain, it's to persuade, inform, or entertain. It's pie, but I'll start with the I. I is for inform. That's when the authors try to inform you or give you information. They explain or describe a situation or a thing. Like polar bears living in the north in the Arctic. The coldest spot on Earth. Their thick fur coat keeps them all warm. They swim, eat fish, and they're super strong. Why did the author write all of that? Why? To tell us about polar bears. It was full of facts. The author's purpose was to inform. I wish I had a polar bear of my own.
Author's right, yeah, I wonder why. It's to persuade, inform, or entertain, that's pie. Yeah, every time I write a refrain, it's to persuade, inform, or entertain. P is for persuade, that's what authors do. When they have an opinion, they want you to have it too. Like visiting the ocean, more fun than a lake because it's bigger. And there are way more ways. The author didn't just inform us about the sea. She has an opinion. She wants us to agree when she says that the ocean's more fun. That's not a fact. That's an opinion. She wanted to persuade us or convince us. Like this. Why you should buy me 20 toys for Christmas. What else persuades? Ads like this. They want to convince you to buy that drink. Ads, essays, billboards, and editorials all try to persuade. Yes, it's unavoidable. Pieces that persuade often inform too with the decision to agree. It's up to you.
Author's right, yeah, I wonder why. It's to persuade, inform, and entertain. That's why. Yeah, every time I write a refrain, it's to persuade, inform, or entertain. Okay, he is entertained. If something's entertaining, then it's fun to read. It's engaging, and it goes stories, jokes, anecdotes, fiction tales. Yeah, you know, cartoons, comics, fantasy, most movies and the TV shows. The purpose is to make you watch or read. Like Sam woke up and saw his bird 6 feet. Was his mom even gonna know it was him? All the kids in school will think that he's an alien. The author wrote that to entertain. It's pretty clear to me he made up the whole thing. Now some authors try to do more than one. Like I can tell you ocean facts in a way that's fun. And I can try to make you like the ocean too. I inform, entertain, and persuading you. But most authors focus mostly on one. Now I'm feeling full cause the pie is done. Author's purpose, I'm not talking pet dolphin. Purpose is the reason that you're writing, make it awesome. Author's purpose, I'm not talking pet dolphin. Purpose is the reason that you're writing, make it awesome.
Okay, so now that we reviewed why authors write to persuade, inform, and entertain, we are going to make our own version of pie on a paper plate. So I made one here. So on the top I wrote author's purpose. You're going to be able to color these brown and make your own pie. You can either make blueberry, cherry, pumpkin, your favorite pies. So in the first section I wrote the letter P in very large and I wrote persuade. On the back side I wrote what it meant to persuade. So to persuade, it means when the author is trying to change your mind or to make you do something. In the next section, It means to inform. When the author's trying to inform you to do something, they're trying to share info or to teach you something. Sometimes they're also trying to show you how to do something. And then in the last section, which is a lot of the books that we read in first grade, is E for entertain. When you are entertaining someone, you're trying to make them laugh, you're trying to have them relax and just sit back and enjoy the story. So you're going to be able to make your own pies at the end, but before we do that, we are going to go over some books that we may have read so far this year or are in our classroom library. I'm going to see if you know what kind of books these are, or if you can guess and just try your hardest. So the first one I want you to try is called Outrageous Deadly Hunters. Can anybody guess what this author is trying to do when he wrote this book? Yes, what do you think? Yes, he is trying to inform us of something. He's informing us about the deadly hunter animals. Good job. Okay, the next one. There was an old lady who swallowed a rose. This is a Valentine's Day story we read back in February. What do you think that this one is about? Yeah, okay, over there. Good job. This is to entertain us. This is a silly story. This is just read for fun and entertainment. Great job. Okay, so this one, the Children's Book of America. This one is about some people in history. This book has a story about Martin Luther King and about Abraham Lincoln. What is this story about? How about over here? Yes, this is another one to inform us. They're informing us about people in America. Great job. And our last one, this one is a little bit tricky. It can actually be two things. So this is called Fast Forwards. What do you think that this one is about? How about you? Yes, it is to inform because they're informing us about the fast forwards. But what else could it be? Because they have an opinion about who the fast forwards are. How about over here? Yes, it is persuasive because they're persuading us that they believe that these are the fast forwards in the NBA. Great job. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give you your own piece of paper plates, and I am going to have you draw the lines going down to make your own pie. You're going to write, just like I did, the P, the I, and the E, persuade, inform, and entertain. And then on the back side, I want you to write what each section means. P is trying to change somebody's mind. I is trying to share information. And E, to entertain, is trying to make someone laugh and trying to have somebody enjoy a story. And then if you have some extra time and you really want to be an overachiever, you can even come up with some books that you've read this year in first grade and list them in each section. So maybe you've read some great entertaining books like The Day the Crayons Quit. This is one that we just read a few weeks ago. You could write that right under our entertaining section because that's an entertaining book. Or if you have some informative books you've read, you can write that under the informative section. I don't know if we've read a lot of persuasive books yet this year, but if you have, maybe in your free time or at home with mom and dad, that would be something you could write in that section. And then I want you to make sure you write the title up here, which is author's purpose, and then of course your name. So I want you to have all of those things, and then you can color it, whatever your favorite pie flavors are, and hand it in to me. So those are your directions. I'm going to hand these out, and then you can go back to your seats and show me author's purpose. So I'll hand those out. Good job. Thanks.